So we'll move on to the October 30th show. And it is Ren Narita taking on Toru Yano. Now, this was fun.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun, in my opinion. And,
Mm-hmm.
like, this was the one where I think every barricade or every corner pad came off. I
Correct.
think Yano at one point ripped every. There was
Every
no
single
corner
one.
pad. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were all 4 corner pads were gone. It was like. Yes.
But also at the beginning there, the uncharacteristic jump start from Narita.
Oh, dude, he attacked him during his entrance.
Like, we didn't get the 10-minute intro.
I was very okay with that. When I saw the time, I've been watching it just as the individual matches on New Japan World. I haven't been watching through the whole. Like, I'm watching these world titles in their individuals, and when I saw the timelines, I'm like, holy crap, this is going to be a short match because I know how long Yano's entrance is. I'm like, shit. And then Rita's out in the ring, and he's done within like a minute for his entrance.
You know, we should have known that was going to happen. As soon as he got into the ring, he had the ref check him right away. He went into the ref.
Right on Yano, and I really enjoyed the different. Not having to sit through Yano's regular crap. Like, I skip it most of the time. Like, unless Chris Charlton's there, I skip it because then Chris Charlton like says stuff that the ring announcer is saying because I don't understand them. So unless Chris Charlton's there, I just skip Yano entrances. Like, I'll listen to Chris Charlton because he translates the stuff that the announcer is saying. But God, I was happy to see this. And again, this is another match where Yano really came out to, like, yes, he pulled the turnbuckles off and was pulling his usual crap, but he actually like got down and wrestled, hitting his belly to bellies and doing, like, he was really working in a match. He hit Narita had a arm triangle choke on, and Yano stood up and powerbombed his ass to break it. Like, that's really where you're seeing. I love to see, like, that's where I don't get mad at Yano for the cheating as much, because he cheats in a fun way, but it doesn't do it constantly. It's not like, and he has great wrestling ability when he needs to. That's the best. That's the thing about Yano where I don't get mad at it. It's. Go ahead.
No, I would almost say that Violent Yano was almost coming out here. The Yano that we saw come out again when he was facing Chase Owens for the KOPW Championship there, where he dyed his hair blonde and was, going to take a pair of scissors to Chase Owens' face there.
Yeah, very much so.
Very much a Yano that I enjoy. I would like to see him a little bit more. But I definitely felt that it was almost a little bit of Yano. I have to agree. Kind of almost going back into that wrestler kind of Manuel book from the beginning of his Young Lion days to kind of be like, oh, okay, this is what I need to contend with this little guy. Though I have to say, I am very happy with how this match did end, with Narita having that, what was it, arm triangle?
He had the triangle choke on, but that's where Yano power bombed out of it. And then Narita came running off the ropes. And if you've ever seen Cameron Grimes work, he does where he jumps up and he comes down with both feet into the chest for what a lot of people call he calls a cave, and it's also known as the mushroom stomp. Where Narita did a variation, but he came up and came down with one knee on the chest and pinned Yano off that. I literally called it the running mushroom knee stomp. I didn't know what to call it because, again, I was
watching the Super Mario.
Well, I was watching it with Japanese commentary too, so I didn't. Because the English commentary isn't out yet, and I absolutely, I was like, wow, I really like this move. I'm like, dang. So this kid's he's got the submissions for days. He's got that beautiful bridging belly to belly that he had, the Narita special, and now he's got this knee stomp thing, like this mushroom stomp, but with his knees. I'm like, he's evolving in his style. Like, I'm blown away by Narita every time I see him.
100%.
Like, this is twice now on this show that I'm saying I am blown away. Simple as
Narita
that,
for champ.
I honestly, if they give him this title, I think that's the smartest move they can make, because if you're going to create a title for the young guys to help build them up, he is the perfect person to carry this title on its first run, especially with who's left in this tournament. I really think it's him. And so the final match we're going to talk about in the quarterfinals, I guess. I thought last time was the quarterfinals, but I was wrong. This was the opening round. The final match in the quarterfinal bracket is Sanada taking on Kenta in an interesting match. A slow match, let's just say that.
It was certainly uncharacteristic for both of these guys. Certainly seemed to annoy Sanada a lot more.
Not uncharacteristic for Kenta, because this is the shit he pulls in a lot of
matches. It is, but it took Sanada a lot longer than most people do to kind of get it under control. Although when he did get it under control, he brought it under control in a very amusing way, I felt. Kenta looked a little ridiculous with his headband, though.
I love the headband.
He looked like a mushroom at one point.
I thought it looked good. I thought it was a good look. Kept the hair out of his eyes. It was good for him. Like nothing wrong with that. He
evolves his look more than a K-pop band member, I'm telling you.
So there was a few minutes of Kenta just rolling out, and Sanada would come out, and Kenta would roll in, and then Sanada would come in, and Kenta would roll. It went on for a few minutes. And then Sanada finally caught him, brought him back in the ring, put him in the Paradise Lock. What I was expecting was for Sanada to put him in the Paradise Lock and just leave him and wander. He hooked him in. He put him in it. Walked to the corner, ran back and drop kicked and drop kicked him to open it up. I was very surprised because, especially how the first few minutes had gone in the pace they were doing, I really thought it was going to be another 30 seconds to a minute of Kenta struggling in the Paradise Lock. To how they were building it, that's what I really expected.
And that's usually what they do with Sanada too. He likes to have the crowd get hyped up while the person is in it. He'll walk around the ring. He'll demand the crowd start clapping and cheering for him. And this was not something that he did for this Paradise Lock, which I also thought was pretty suspicious.
Yeah. And again, to the point where I was complaining earlier, Kenta's cheating. Like, he pulls the turnbuckles, the rake to the eyes, things like that. But the one thing I can say positive to him, he doesn't have a toga. That's the big positive. He doesn't have a toga. He doesn't have a show. He doesn't have a Yujiro to be out there interfering for him. And I think that's the biggest saving grace, and why I don't hate the cheating with Kenta quite as much as Evil and Show and Yujiro. I don't hate it quite. I still don't like the amount that he does, but it doesn't bother me as much. And there were some great spots from Sanada. Like, he did a barricade assisted magic killer on the outside. I absolutely love that. and then both men, they're Kenta ended up getting a chair at one point and comes in, and Sanada just drop kicks it in his face. With the ref not looking. I thought the ref was down at that point. I thought, again, using the cheating, but taking it in a different direction of, it backfired on Kenta. I like that, because with Evil, the cheating doesn't backfire. He just keeps dominating with his cheating. Where Kenta, he got his comeuppance from it. Sanada caught him with the drop kick of the chair. Things like that, which I do really, really like, in that fact that he uses the cheating, but he uses it in they use it in a smart way with Kenta. Most of the time.
I do have to say the only other two notes that I have about this match are when Sanada goes up to do his moonsaults in the corner, which is, stop doing the second one. They always get the knees up for the second one. Stop doing it. Stop.
Well, no, just keep them on their front and they can't get their knees up.
Yeah.
Because he did a moonsault
don't
to
do the second one. Just do something else.
He did them because he had him in the cold skull, then went and did the moonsault to the back, and then flipped him over. And when he did for the moonsault to the front of Kenta, that's when Kenta pulled his knees up.
And you know, Everyone does that. They always get their knees up. Reevaluate. You're not doing it properly.
Just one moonsault.
But the other note that I have is Kenta's palm strikes are deadly. Those things look like they just make your soul exit your body, and the second one shocks it back into you.
Yeah, they're brutal.
He was knocking Sanada silly with those.
Yeah, his striking game is crazy. Like, it looks so good. Yeah, I absolutely thought it was phenomenal.
Yes.
But the end of it did come. Sanada reversed to GTS. They roll around for a pin, but neither one gets a 3 because there's just a bunch of them rolling for like a 30 seconds to a minute somewhere. Yeah. And Kenta did get sent into the buckle. For Sanada ended up with getting the bridging O'Connor roll and got the 3. Again, the Sanada special. If it's not ending with the cold skull and then the moonsault, it's ending with the O'Connor roll. And I like the O'Connor roll. Again, it's the Euro. It's the same thing as the Euro clutch. It's the same. It technically is the same thing. So
still impressive.
Yeah. But each person has a different name for it. But yeah, I very much enjoyed this match. Like, I really did. When they were working in the ring, it's just the very slow start. I really it was just like, come on, guys. But yeah, so I'm gonna bring up the bracketing here. So you have Zack Sabre Jr. and Evil on November 5th. Take it in the semifinal match. And then you have Sanada and Ren Narita in the other semifinal match on November 5th. The winners will face off at Wrestle Kingdom. On January 4th to crown the first ever New Japan World Champion, as I like to call it. It says New Japan World on there. So, and speaking of the November Shift Show, we're going to go over the card quickly here.